India and Pakistan have confirmed aerial assaults as both continue with retaliatory action after heavy cross-border fire yesterday that reportedly killed at least 45 people. India says air defense systems neutralised Pakistan's attempts to strike military targets with drones and missiles, hours after Islamabad claimed it had downed 25 drones. Pakistani authorities are reportedly recovering debris across several areas. The army says 4 soldiers were wounded in Lahore after an intercepted drone damaged a military site, while 1 civilian was killed in Sindh province. Pakistan calls the assault a serious provocation, adding air forces are on a high state of alert and vigilance.
Last night, that is the night of 7th and 8th May, India has undertaken yet another blatant military act of aggression against Pakistan by sending Harap drones at multiple locations.
New Delhi has accused Islamabad of stepping up the intensity of unprovoked firing along their highly militarized border in Kashmir. But it says it remains committed to non-escalation if that is also respected by the Pakistani military. Pakistan has vowed retaliation for yesterday's missile strikes by India that killed 31 civilians. New Delhi, in return, reiterating its right to respond following the deadly shooting in Pahalgam, Kashmir last month. Pakistan has denied any involvement and called for an independent investigation into the April 22nd attack.
Our response was targeted and measured. It is not our intention to escalate the situation. However, if there are military attacks on us, there should be no doubt that it will be met with a very, very firm response.
And more, we're joined by Neha Poonia from New Delhi and Hira Mustafa reporting live from Islamabad. Hira, let's start with you. And not just fast developments rapidly, one after the other on the ground, but also what seem to be conflicting reports. What is Pakistan saying?
Well, as you already mentioned, that Pakistan's army has confirmed that India launched drones in Pakistani airspace and according to the Pakistan Army, it has intercepted 25 drones in various cities of Pakistan. So security across the country is on high alert. And in context to this, a National Assembly session was also held earlier in a day in which we have seen lawmakers questioning India's action of launching Indian drones in Pakistani airspace, questioning India that does New Delhi is not aware of the repercussions or the consequences, hinting further tensions between Pakistan and India. Having said that, Pakistan's army has also vowed to retaliate, and we have seen several media briefings yesterday also and today also in which the stance is very clear of the Pakistani administration and the Pakistan's armed forces. We have seen Pakistan's military spokesperson reiterating that Pakistan will retaliate to the Indian airstrikes that are being carried out on Wednesday by India in Pakistan-administered Kashmir in Punjab and Pakistan's Punjab province, and has vowed to avenge the death of the civilians. So situation is pretty intense at the moment. We are also seeing statements coming from the information minister in reaction to the Indian drones that Pakistan Army is claiming has intercepted. So far, 25 of them has been intercepted. He is also stating that a strong reaction will be given from Pakistani side. And in context to this, a high-level security meeting was also underway, which just concluded a while ago, and it was being chaired by the Pakistan's Prime Minister. Top military officials were part of that security meeting. What we are hearing is that in that meeting, it's been decided that Pakistan will respond in next couple of hours or days. It's not clear yet but Pakistan is reiterating that it will retaliate back.
All right, Neha, we heard earlier, just before we crossed to you and Hira, India's External Affairs Minister expressing his position. What is that position from New Delhi's side at this point?
Well, India's version of events contradicts what Pakistan is claiming. India has issued a statement that was made by the Ministry of Defense, and India is claiming that New Delhi's response was in response to Pakistani aggression first. India says that there were missiles and drones that Pakistan fired onto 15 Indian cities targeting military establishments and installations, and that's when India decided to hit back on Thursday morning. And New Delhi saying that the response that India delivered was in the same intensity as Pakistan's escalation of tensions. India says that an air defense system in Lahore was neutralised successfully, and it's also accused Pakistan of significantly escalating shelling across that line of control in Kashmir, which is the de facto border between Pakistan and India in the region of Kashmir. They're saying that 16 civilians have lost their lives because Pakistan's now using heavy artillery fire and firing that into areas bordering that de facto border. India also saying that the armed forces are reiterating their commitment to non-escalation, but only if Pakistan adheres to this. And, we've seen how the government has briefed opposition leaders at an all-party meeting earlier in the day. And the defense minister who led that meeting reportedly told opposition leaders that this operation to stamp out terror camps in Pakistan is still continuing. Media reports here claiming that he told opposition leaders that 100 terrorists were neutralised in those strikes that India carried out earlier in the week, also saying that this operation, the way it was executed, was commendable. But India certainly not choosing to back down from what it's calling Pakistani aggression.
All right, hearing Neha there talking about the neutralization effect from those strikes. What's it like on the ground in the aftermath of those strikes?
Well, honestly, the situation on ground here is very tense. As we are hearing reports that Pakistan's armed forces are on high alert, we have also seen statements coming from the health minister in which he has categorically stated that all the government and private hospitals need to stay vigilant, and they are also on high alert, given the fact that now Pakistan is claiming that India has launched drones in Pakistan's airspace. So tensions are mounting between two nuclear-armed neighbors. So what we are also hearing is that Pakistan's civil aviation authorities has clearly instructed to not run any flight operations until further orders. That means 62 of the flights are being affected by this move of the Pakistani authorities, and they're claiming that because of the security threat from India, Pakistan is taking this move. Then we are also seeing reports coming in that currently now, emergency mock drills are underway in various cities of Pakistan, which itself highlights the gravity of the situation between two nuclear-armed neighbors.
All right, Neha, a few days ago we were speaking to Hira about this. Iran's foreign minister was in Pakistan, the first senior foreign dignitary to be in the country following this attack in Pahalgam. He's making a very concerted call to both sides to ease tensions. Can we expect any effect from those calls from Iran's foreign minister, who is now in India?
That's right. Iran's foreign minister visiting New Delhi after being in Islamabad a few days ago. He had travelled back to Tehran and then come here to New Delhi in a bid to sort of decouple the two visits, something that India insists on when it comes to countries that also engage with Islamabad. We've seen the Iranian foreign minister meet with his Indian counterpart, Dr. S. Jaishankar, where in his opening comments in that bilateral meeting, the Indian foreign minister said that India was compelled to respond to the barbaric Kashmir terror terror attack and said that it was not India's intention to escalate, but if Pakistan attacks us, he said, that will be met with a very, very strong response. And he said that as a country that has good ties with New Delhi, Tehran should be aware of where things stand on that matter. And, you know, we're also seeing the Saudi foreign minister make an unexpected visit to New Delhi. He's also meeting senior officials here in New Delhi, including a potential meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And many experts have been talking to say that this is clearly an attempt to try and get New Delhi and Islamabad to back down from what could potentially now become a wider, potentially regional conflict as well. We've also heard Donald Trump talk about offering to mediate between India and Pakistan, saying he has good ties with both countries. But in the past, India has never been open to the idea of third-party mediation. And so far, neither Pakistan nor India have accepted formal offers for mediation on this issue.
Thanks for that. Neha Poonia there reporting live from New Delhi, and Hira Mustafa in Islamabad.